From Central Illinois, it's the Sofa King Awesome Show. Rock, metal, 80s, retro. It's not just good, it's Sofa King good. Oh, baby. Listen every Friday wherever you get your podcasts. Spotify, Apple, even YouTube. And now, Sofa King Awesome. Here are your hosts, Thundersticks, on the Sofa King Awesome Show.
Sorry, yeah.
There we go.
I had a third leg in there, my bad. Shit, this is Astrofix. You guys are from Springfield?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long you guys been banned?
5 years, 6 years.
6.5 to be exact.
Damn.
I'm gonna look. I'm looking to you for the facts.
As the band historian.
There you go.
Nice. Hell yeah. We'll go through an introduction, starting with you.
Jamie Meredith, vocals, keys, guitar.
Oh, shit.
James Caruso, drums.
Phil Cooper, guitars.
I'm Andy Jones, and I sing bass and sing a little bit.
Nice. Fuck yeah, dude. That's what's up. Now, you guys are almost collectively from Springfield. Almost. From Decatur. Surrounding.
Area.
Yeah, Springfield area. 6.5 years. You're new.
I'm new.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only
Mr.
been
Caruso.
since the beginning of the year.
Yeah. Nice.
And I was newest since then, I guess, right?
They
I'm not
contact-
original, but yeah.
Yeah, they contacted me right around Thanksgiving and spent about 2 months auditioning for them, getting together once a week at least. And
Yeah.
then they offered me the jobs.
God, you say it like that. It's like it was like a process that we put you through.
It was
Shit,
a
sometimes
I mean, it was
auditions
2
and like getting geeked and like wondering if you're gonna make it. That's a lot of fucking.
It was a process.
Yeah.
Jamie would text me, all right, how about we're going to do these 5 songs coming up. Be ready for them. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
get ready for them. And
Yeah.
then he would ask for feedback. You know, what do you want to work on? What do you feel like you want to work on this week? And I'd send him the songs I'd like to work on this week. Yeah, it was a process.
I love it though.
It was work, but I mean, it's all paying off now.
Yeah, that's good. Now, what's your recent show that you guys played?
Last night we were at Whiskey Jack's.
Oh shit.
Whiskey Jack's in Springfield, it's downtown.
Okay.
I mean, some people show up. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, for once, it didn't storm on a local show night.
Yeah,
We
we
thought
were
maybe
plagued
it was
with
going
that,
to
man.
storm, but
It didn't storm until late, right? I thought. I guess it
Depends
didn't
on
rain
where you
here.
were.
Someone said, "How was the storm?" And I'm like, "I
Never saw it.
hey, we brought you something, brother.
Oh shit! I totally fucking forgot about that. You've been waiting, dude.
It's like the Astrofix
Gonna hold
gift
it.
bag. Like you should have drawn the logo.
I thought about
on
it. I thought about it.
Fuck yeah, dude. So decent, man. Now
That's
these
our
guys.
second album,
Yeah.
and we have an EP and then a newly released EP after that one. But yeah, that's the one we still have physical media for.
Well, hell yeah, dude. That's what's up, man. Now, hitting that sweet spot. I already know who the shirt's gonna have to go to. What size did you guys guess? Medium.
I got you large.
It's large.
That's way too big. It's okay. It's okay. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh, thanks for having us, though, man.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
Well, thanks for reaching out. It always feels good when I just like when I want to help and then you hear other people appreciate, like, I really appreciate what you're doing for the scene, and I do it for the scene because I want something different for everybody else to consume. That's just not cell phone footage from your show.
Yeah.
And I get it. You know what I mean? Everybody's consuming content from their phone, and that's where they're going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it doesn't matter how much quality you put into it. You know what I mean? Because they're going to be staring at it from a fucking...
No, it does matter.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does matter. And that's where it does matter. And it's just going to separate you from, everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, this is great, man.
I want... I don't know.
You want people to take your project and your music seriously.
Yeah, and I want to get to know you. And then, other bands can look on here too, like, oh, those guys are more my vibe. You know what I mean? I'll hit them up. Because Cherry Vinyl, I think it's Cherry Vinyl's coming next. They're like you said, light, because they were totally, I seen them, not by accident, but by accident, I didn't know they was playing the show that I was going to go film someone else at, like Soul Sleeper.
Yeah.
And had a really good sound. And then Engine Huey knows them because they're from Peoria too. And so it helps to tie in. You can watch it all, consume it all, look at it one place. Like, well, this band's here, well, this band's there. Let's hook up with them. Trade shows. It's networking.
That's great. Yeah.
As far as it's trying to find everybody from one other area.
We definitely want to dip our toes into show sharing with other bands.
Yeah, we've got some stuff that we're setting up that will kind of come to fruition in the back half of the year. that we're really excited about, including some of the bands you have stickers for on the table.
Yes,
so,
yes. So I'm glad you put some up there, or brought one to put up here. So feel free to
absolutely.
put that wherever you want. Pick a spot,
Hand it to this guy.
because it will get lacquered once it's full, and hopefully, I'm aiming to be the next Jose Mangan. Shout out, but
Oh,
Try not to put any bubbles.
Right in front of yourself, huh?
Exactly.
hey, I can't say no. I have my own company sticker literally right in front of me by the brook, right fucking there. So
Cool.
I can't complain. Now, I have not had the privilege of seeing you guys yet. Yet? It was only, and it's going to be hard for me to get to a show on a Saturday. I got the kiddo, like, all the time. You know what I mean? So I try. Yeah. If we schedule it, not a problem. But, like, going outside of just like, well, I'm going to go to a local show tonight, right. Is like, it's the time I do that is when I go see, like, a national act, like Mudvayne coming to Peoria. I'm like, oh, it don't matter what fucking day that is.
Right.
I'm going to that show. Like, so that's about.
It's hard for musicians too, right? Because we're always playing.
Yeah, so
like when we're trying to get out to other local shows, like, man, I really want to catch you, but I'm playing, right?
And,
So
and
it's tough.
And it's hard to fight like that stigmata of going to local shows and supporting it, and there's some people who only bitch about the scene, but then don't go to any other local show, but don't go to metal shows either, you know what I mean? Like, you go to your own fucking shit, and that's it, you know, and you're like, why is no one coming to mine, like... You're not reciprocating, or you're a band that leaves early after the bill, or you know what I mean, like, or
we've had that happen to us before.
There's been a few of those stories. So I mean, I've been there, done that. You play in front of the bands that you're playing with. Like, I understand, but also like I don't know. It's just,
bands have been skipping out on other bands forever.
I know.
Yeah,
it's
Not cool, man.
I know it's not fucking cool.
Not cool.
So I just want to show everybody love, and then trying to get your family to come out and see you or support you. It's like,
because at the end of the day, I think we are a big family, all of us musicians. We all know each other. We've all been swimming in the same pool together for years.
Yeah, we're all trying to play big shows together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
And I don't know how well you guys, I'm not saying follow trends or just follow, but I feel like testing the waters with new singles, like on TikTok and stuff, like you have like a 30-second clip and you're like testing the waters, you get awesome feedback from it, and then you're like, all right, let's roll ahead with that single. You know what I mean? If it doesn't get good feedback after, you're like, fucking scrap that idea, Yeah. That's another idea that they do on, on TikTok there. And then just really just singles and festivals, like we talk about tour being expensive, or just playing a bunch of like big festivals in the surrounding states that we have here, like at the bottom part of Michigan or the whatever part of Iowa, and getting on those festivals. However, next song could be Coachella. Like, so on my genre, Knocked Loose is fucking heavy, and they just played Coachella. You know what I mean? So it's literally your next gig could be anywhere. So I mean, I encourage like playing festivals, and I want to be a festival. You know what I mean? And then bring everybody there, and just
it's the best way to showcase as much music as you can.
Because I think there's something in Beale Street that does that too, or something in Memphis or whatever that they have every year. There's like a weekend that's like Snoop Dogg and like Blink-182. You know what I mean? It's got like wide range of all these artists. That, and I feel like I could do that.
That'd be great, man.
I feel like that'd be easy.
You definitely seem organized.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, you guys are Sonic Sunday. Shout out to you guys.
That's like that.
He's like, you seem organized.
Funny, yeah.
I know. There's always a lot going on the Sundays here. Anyway, there's always a lot going on. I try to be a good host and accommodate for everybody who comes from far and near away. I try not to make it.
Oh, you have been, man. This has been great.
Well, with the bands from like Peoria, I try. I wanted to do the traveling thing. That's where I was like doing all the curve stuff, and the bands like at Peoria, I wanted to get a sponsor there. So like I would get a restaurant there, like Avanti's or something, do an interview with them, have them tell their story, and then I'm like, when I come here to interview bands, hook me up with a table or spot to do my fucking interview at.
Sure.
9 times out of 10, they're all cool with it. You know what I mean? Usually they're all cool with it. But that's how I wanted to do things. That way when I come to your area to do those bands, like, so next season, or not necessarily season, but this next batch of episodes is bands from Peoria, or I do it every so often.
Well, you could segment it into seasons then too. That'd be cool, man.
I had branched down to St. Louis right off the get. You know what I mean? You know, that was like my 4th episode. I was like, I'm branching to because I have a buddy down there who's a real good interviewer and has his own radio show. And so he's my co-host correspondent down there. But it's like, I don't have multiple of me.
Right.
I'm trying so hard to help everybody that nobody's doing what I'm doing. So I'm just going to, I will. It's just going to have to be very well thought out and planned out and, you know, making it's not just like, oh, I'm going to make a morning of it. It's, you're going to have to make a whole day out of it.
Oh, sure.
You know,
Absolutely.
treating the whole band, you know.
It's do what you do and do it well. You know, don't string yourself out too thin.
And I'm not going to, yeah.
And everything else, because then everything's, you know, fails or falls apart or is sacrificed, you know, instead of just focusing on
It's might not seem like there's a lot, but like I said, I ordered pizza for Hinge and Huey, and it didn't come here until you guys got here, and I'm just like, I'm fucking freaking out right now. It's
all good, man.
But I try to accommodate and make, you know, this an experience to where you guys have come back, you know, at least an album, or, you know, you got a big show that you're playing, and we're like, I had Darker Than Fiction reach out to me. Their second album's about to come out. They were just on here. Their episode drops this Friday, but we're planning to get them back the week before, or like their album drops on a Friday. We record on Sundays.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll have you come in the Sunday before, and then, you know, edit it and drop it that Friday morning. So not only does your album drop, your fucking episode drops for the podcast, you know, that morning too.
Great, man.
So, I mean, there's multiple ways how we could use this content, you know.
Well, we just released an EP, but then we were kind of getting together and thinking about, all this new material that we've got, because we were banking material for a while.
You guys got a lot of material.
A lot of material.
a lot of material.
And what we're going to try this next time around is just doing a single, then a single, then a single, then a single, you know, and then we'll finally drop the LP that's kind of the collection of everything. So our goal here, and like we're on pace for it right now, is to do a single a month.
Yeah.
So we'll have pretty regular content coming out.
The last 6 months of the year, the goal is to drop a song every month.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if this stems from like the heavy metal side of things of me, but when bands drop a single, they drop merch tied with that single.
Of course
are you guys in that, you know, realm of dropping certain things themed with that song? And
Yeah. We've got, so far anyway, we've been doing artwork for each kind of release, right? So like the latest single that we just put out has its own artwork. The EP has its own artwork.
So that's following trends, just that basic going in. That's exactly what I mean. Testing the waters with your new single, whether you've done it, you know, whether you've recorded the whole song or not, and you're like, I think this could be a single. Well, let's test the waters on TikTok or whatever your biggest social media is with this 30-second teaser multiple times a week.
Yeah, Phil's been doing a great job on our TikTok page, and I think we get some pretty good kind of litmus tests out there on what's going to hit and what's not. So
that's good. It's always good to, like, to other bands. Like, I really don't talk to anybody else who even like is on TikTok as much as me, but I use it for like content ideas, what's trending, what's, you know, what's going to make my job easier. You know, now there is an Autopod editing program, right? But all these mics hub into this one thing and then it goes in there. Well, it can't work like that. All the mics have to be hubbed into there separately, so to speak. So they have their own feed. And then you have to have a camera. You have to have a camera. You have to have a camera. And then once you start talking, that's when it starts separating. So I can do the separate camera feeds pretty easy, but have to filter these all out into 4 separate channels just for it to pick up. You know, so and it's like $90 a year. I'm like, well, fuck, dude. I'm like, I'll just sit here and edit it. It takes me like 2 hours, you know, like sync but no, I'm gonna dig into some music real quick. Feel free to tell me what song you want me to play first.
Well, yeah, I mean, we should probably do some stuff off the latest EP, right, guys? So, do
the first song.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do Solar Sailing first. It's kind of a weird jump into our stuff, but. Yeah, fuck it.
We survive, right?
It intros the album. We might as well intro it for the...
Yeah, right?
It intros our second set. We start this song.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now,
it's an instrumental.
How long... You said you guys play 3 hours, your next show. How long did you guys play last night?
3.
3 hours?
That's normal for us.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
We take a couple of breaks, but yeah.
But...
85% is originals.
And so I was going to say that, you guys aren't even... a cover band, more, you know, less, you know.
We could easily take out those covers and
and
just play originals. But
we did a year and a half of shows that were all original.
Yeah.
But,
and we've stacked a bunch of material on since then. So
we appreciate everybody likes to listen to stuff they've heard before.
Yeah.
We make our covers.
It's all originals.
We make our covers our own though. Like,
No, I know. I'm not trying to hate on anybody who's a cover band.
No.
I just from
Hey,
my childhood, my dad was always like, "Yeah, you know, cover bands always fucking make fucking better gig money than actual fucking touring musicians." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't care. I'll never be in a tour or a cover band." I always told myself that, and I'm just I just never could get let go. And now I have a bunch of friends who are in cover bands, and I love them as people, and I just like, I hate you as a band. I'm sorry, but I'm fucking.
Yeah, I never played any covers until I joined this band.
And then you got me who pumps out drum videos and all I do is covers. So I'm like, I'm like a narcissist or something, you know? So it's whatever that label is these days. So. Well, that was a fucking vibe.
Thanks, man.
Oh yeah, dude.
It is a vibe, and I was definitely vibing.
I'm not comparing you to Pink Floyd, but it's very
Every time,
I said I'm
man.
not. I said I'm not. It's
Every
just
time.
the guitar and the way the feeling flows is very. I'm gonna go upstairs and like eat some mushrooms and then fucking just vibe out. What does this sync up with a movie or something?
It should.
Oh, I wish it would.
You need to find that out now. He's like episode
Now I'm
37
gonna
of The
be
Office.
watching.
This song was.
Oh man, yeah,
No.
yeah. This was one.
Oh shit! Sorry, my bad. Oh, we're just playing footsie under here. Don't worry about us. What's that song about, man? I mean, there's no vocals, right? I didn't hear any.
Yeah, as an instrumental. So, in the times that shall not be named, I would set up in my little recording studio that was in an office at the time.
Right.
And I spent hours and hours in there. So, as to not feel claustrophobic, spending 8 to 10 hours in a space much smaller than this, I would do things to relieve stress and get rid of any anxiety that I had.
Right.
And that would lead to like 2 o'clock in the morning writing and recording sessions. And this was all put together in one night. And now that final
Fucking
recording,
vibing, man.
well, that final recording was like us actually going in, but
Right.
but the lead guitar on that was from that original session.
Okay.
And yeah, it was. I wrote all the parts out in the one night. And the sun came up, and I was like, well, I guess that's the sign. The song's done. And it's just about me getting really, really blitzed.
What, man?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's.
Now, what would you?
We're just gonna throw it out there,
Yeah.
guys.
What would you classify your sound at? I mean, just light rock or rock? Fucking.
Oh, man.
I mean,
Like,
who do you
it's
touch?
solid.
I know everybody says it to their own sound, but who do you touch close when people are like fans of?
It's
You know?
definitely rock, but each song has its own little like inflection of that term, right? There's classic rock songs, there's jam rock songs, there's some heavy rock songs in there. There's
Yeah, we
even
got some heavier stuff.
Yeah,
in there.
there's even borderline, getting into it's not speed metal, but yeah, there's definitely
You got some heavier stuff?
some
Yeah.
No shit.
some stoner rock
Right.
in there as well.
Now, what type of shows do you guys like playing? I mean, as far as who's with you, do you guys do like a spread out genre of people that you play with? Say, there's gonna be a metal
Yeah,
act, and
we
then
do.
you guys,
We
or do
do.
you gotta kind of keep it like light in a sense, like to where you're the heaviest one, or
We've done. I mean, we've had shows where we put together the lineups, and then we've had shows where promoters put together the lineups. And some of those have felt a little out of left field. Like
I feel that.
we played a show up north where it was like us and then this hardcore punk band like that closed out the night, and like we're all just sitting there going, okay, like how do we get through this for the rest of the night?
Time
Right.
to
And-
rewrite the set list.
But then the opening band for us that night, we had to do another show with it at another time because it was so good and vibed
Right.
with us so well. We've done like locally, we've done shows with the Mazed. We did a show with the Station. We're putting together. I don't know if everybody wants to just like throw it out there like this, but we're putting together a show with Master Bastard,
Nice.
Lovelorn.
I just seen some people. Solder Dog promoting some shit. Johnny. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess they just played a show Lovelorn did or something. Yeah.
Yeah, they were-
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so there are definitely other local bands that we're vibing with pretty well.
Right.
And we're excited to be putting shows together with. But then on the flip side of that, we're doing a show with Positively 4th Street. It's like a hippie band at the end of the year, right? So we can kind of fit inside a bunch of different genres, right?
A plethora of bands
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
can, so to speak, play with.
And we like that, but it also makes it kind of difficult to define what our sound
Right.
is,
That's why
and
I
that's
said
kind of the
it's
thing that we
rock.
go through all the time. Yeah, we're a rock
Right.
band,
Right.
and whether that means an acoustic track or like one of our latest singles is this like piano ballad kind of a thing, or if it's like we got some really heavier stuff coming out. And our last EP was our last project was split into two. All right, so it's titled TIDAL, and it's an acronym for Tales in Darkness and Light. And so the dark side of it was released in the fall last year, and then the light side is the one we just released. That's why this is going to be a little lighter stuff. Because it kind of has like a more summery kind of a
Tool
vibe.
thing behind that where you're like releasing during the seasons.
Jamie loves Tool, by the way.
Damn it.
I can smell you motherfuckers from a mile. I knew there was something.
Oh, it's him. You're smelling him.
No, I have no hate against Tool. I love, dude, Danny Carey, man, as a fucking, he's a phenomenal fucking drummer.
Yes.
I just,
That's what's on my phone, Jamie. Is a bunch of pictures of Danny Carey on drums. That's right.
I mean, he's pretty fucking jacked in them jerseys, dude.
Yeah.
You know, I just, they were introduced to me in a different type of way. So there's a local band here. I mean, I listened to some Tool, but then I seen a band here that was covering Sober. You know, they did it extremely well. And it was that era that I was like, oh, I'll give Tool a chance. And it was, you know, Schism, Stinkfist, that era, you know. And I was just like, yeah, that's cool, you know. But, like, for me at that time, I was, like, so close-minded that I was like, I didn't want anything with clean vocals, and I didn't like his vocals, and they ruined it for me. You know what I mean? I was like, Slipknot, a new metal wave, man. You know what I mean? If you ain't Limp Bizkit, you ain't fucking nothing. You know? Like, I was just so new metal, and I did not want any clean vocals. Like, I didn't get a metalcore for fucking ever, you know? Clean vocals, man. Like, what the fuck is this shit, dude?
Give me something to break.
Yeah, give me something to break, man. But then my first album I ever bought, like CD, was, you know, Black Sabbath's, you know, self-titled. I really loved.
Okay, now?
Yeah.
Now I'm on a wavelength.
I know. I appreciate music. My mind is so open-minded, but you know, like, just now I'm not a fan of Dio's era of, you know, Black Sabbath. Not a fan of Heaven or Hell and then whatever becomes before and after that. I like Ozzy as Ozzy. You know, him too.
Yeah.
And then Dio as Dio. Just, you know, Ozzy with Black Sabbath.
So, Bill Ward
with you, man.
over John Bonham.
Oh, yeah.
All right, yeah. Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Of course.
Everybody just turned it off.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Viewership just dropped off.
Dude, right.
It's gaining. But I got a
musical
lot
opinions
of.
can piss all kinds of people off, so
Now,
I'm fine with that.
So I'm not saying that you're old enough to be my dad or anything, but like I still have Neil Peart. It would be Neil Peart above all is who like I was brought up to, you know, like respect.
Yeah.
I know now, but now it's like people like Luke Holland and fucking, you know, Joey Jordison and Jay Weinberg and Max Weinberg even, you know.
Even Max, yep.
Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely grown. I'm like a sponge, so I mean, when you're playing covers, you gotta learn how many drummers are you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How many styles? You know what I mean? Whether it's hard or not. You
who
know,
you're gonna pull from too, right? And create your own sound. That's how everybody does it, right?
It's like-
those guys all did it from the old blues guys and shit like that
Yeah.
too, right? So, and then it evolved from there. And you know, so if Ward was pulling off of old blues guys, and then people start pulling off of Ward, and then, you know, and so on down the line, man. That's how you get these sounds, man.
Felt like Ward
all about that
really
shit.
Provided Black Sabbath what it needed to create the sound that they had.
Oh yeah,
Sabbath,
Between all of
Ozzy,
them.
man,
obviously.
Sabbath
Tony
was
Iommi.
Geezer and Ward.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
Rick Beato did a really cool breakdown of that. Let me simp for Rick Beato for a second. Beato. But no, they were their sound, and he breaks it down as to like when you hear solo tracks of Iommi playing, you know, any Sabbath riff, man, and then you hear it without Geezer with it, right, and it's not the same. It was, and then of course Geezer fit just so in the pocket,
yep.
with Ward, and those two were just like attached at the hip, and they were the Sabbath sound. And if you didn't have them, then you had solo Ozzy,
Yeah.
right? Or you had like, you know, Iommi, man, he's the riff master of all time. But like you said, without Ozzy there, right? Without, and there were albums
Without Ozzy,
that were
they
made.
probably wouldn't be a Zakk Wylde or Black Label Society, or it could have been something completely fucking different that
yeah,
he
man.
spawned. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Or not. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, just
And
get
like-
discovered in a 19-year-old New Jersey bar, you know, or some shit like.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
if we could only all like experience that kind of
Dream,
yeah.
you know, or whatever experience of life-changing moment, you know.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Like, but then you're living up to your role too. It ain't just like, oh, one and done. Like, oh no, this
Meant
is
for
your
this.
persona for the next 35,000 years. You know, so, you're gonna die on this hill of being a guitarist. So
Yeah,
Now, I don't do much else on guitar. You know, I take lessons on YouTube because I got a guitar that was built for my studio, so it's here, you know, and I'm like not making myself learn it, but like, you know, learning it because it's here. Now I do like vocals and I do like clean singing now, you know what I mean? Like, because of my daughter, you know, I do videos that inspire or are dedicated to her.
That's
know?
cool.
So, like, and I thought about doing, well, she don't watch these anyway, so, but I'm gonna do like a Justin Bieber Intentions. That's my next one for her birthday coming up, you know, that I dedicate to her. And I thought about I was like, well, I could hit some Justin Bieber highs. Like, I feel like I could do that. Dude, let me tell you, I humbled myself real quick. I thought I could fucking do vocals. And when I started getting all my studio shit, I'm up here, I'm like, all right, you know, and I'm like, you know, and I'm fucking like, raw vocals. I play it back over what, and it was just like, bah! And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I'm done. Dude, I was like, I will never fucking sing again.
Raw vocals into a mic. So I run a studio. I run all of our recording studio stuff, right? So
God.
I listen to everything as I'm mixing, you know, like flat bass, right? So before you add anything else in, I'm getting everything from a baseline EQ. Raw vocals are the worst, man.
Dude,
like it's so awful.
I scared myself, man. I'm like, because I feel like I sing during stuff around people like bosses, you, me, whatever. You know, like obviously growling, not a problem, but like when I'm clean singing like Justin Bieber, no one's ever like, shut the fuck up. You know, like, dude, you suck, my guy. No one's ever said like, hey, turn up. You know what I mean? Or like, hey, you should really go try out for The Voice. You know, like there's been zero feedback. I was talking about Engine Huey about. I'm like, there's never really like any feedback. Like, you suck at your drum videos, or you know, your snare needs to be higher. You know what I mean? There's no negative. And there's no.
Why do you think people are just scared that they're gonna like crush somebody's dreams when you tell somebody like, yeah, you can get better at this? Like,
here's what so unless you are coming from a place of experience, right? I mean, everybody has an opinion, right? But I mean, in order to be taken to be taken seriously, one must speak from a position of experience.
Sure.
So if you're putting out drum videos and you're not getting any kind of feedback, good or bad, maybe it's because, you know, some people, again, everybody can have an opinion, but in order to have a valued opinion, you would need to speak from a position of, you know, experience.
Right. I mean, that could all be with the algorithm, you know, or the hashtags that I did or did not use, or the tags that I did or did not use, or the way I labeled it. You know, like, I'm sure I could go through now my next video. I could probably label it instead of just putting like, I cover one of your songs, Astrofix, your title, your song, Thunder 6 drum cover. Done. That's my title. Now it could be like, tell me what I did wrong in this video. Where can you know what I mean? Like now you would label it completely different. Like now you're introducing to the value. Yeah. Now you're. It's. I think it's
flooded with shit.
Well, I was wondering why. You know, like
what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I'm like, why aren't 1,000 people telling me I suck? You know what I mean? At least, you know what? Dude. When I put out my first drum video, I was ultimately excited when I broke 100 views. And I was like, oh man, I'm like, this is so awesome. And then I was really excited when I got my first thumbs down. Like, dude, I was like, this is amazing. I'm like, I was just so excited for my first hater, dude. I was like, I want to give this dude a trophy. I mean, you can't see who it is.
Well, at least you get an opinion. Right?
Yes, I'm like, you know that God someone doesn't like it.
Yeah, that's a real, honest opinion. It's not just friends and family saying, oh, you're so great. No, it's a real opinion. And that's what I'm saying. Like, why are people so afraid to give real opinions, you know? Like, we've had people at our shows before, though. I will say that. Shows, we get more honest feedback than when we put content out, right? At shows, I've had people flat up tell me, like, you know, hey, you were a little off tonight. You know, yeah, I was. Or, you know, on the flip side, right? Like, oh man, you're like, everybody was hitting really well. Like, we got compliments last night on how tight we were, right? Which I love. That's good, honest feedback, right? Because it's not, oh yeah, this is great. You know, it's like, oh,
like a drunken comment.
Like,
oh man, you got something awesome.
Right? Like, no, everybody was really together. Everybody's in the pocket together. Like, yeah. Oh, we were a fucking band last night. Yeah, hell yeah. That's exactly what we're looking for. And on the flip side of that too, right? Like, you know, maybe we guys were a little loose last night. Like, yeah, okay, cool. You know, we can take that feedback as well.
Right.
That's what I wish people would give more of that kind of stuff, right? It
Not-
doesn't
not
need to be
saying
all negative or
negative,
all
yeah,
positive, just
yeah.
honest feedback,
Just-
right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily criticize, but just an honest feedback,
Yeah,
not asshole.
Well,
you know.
a lot of people last night hadn't heard it. The feedback we were getting from the people hadn't heard us before.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
or at the very least hadn't seen us live before.
Right.
So they got the big band experience.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
They were all about the compliments last night.
It was a good show last night, man.
Yep.
Fucking great energy.
Where was
Love
that at
that
again?
shit.
It was in Springfield, right?
Yeah, Whiskey Jacks.
Yeah.
Whiskey Jacks.
Let's
Every time
see.
someone mentions another venue, I think it's probably because you guys are lighter and I'm looking more metal. You know what I mean? There's not
Yeah.
metal-friendly places in Springfield.
They've
you know?
done so. I want to say there have been a couple of like metal lineup shows there. It's been a while though.
Oh, at
Whiskey Jacks, yeah.
It's hard to get a lineup in there.
I mean,
Yeah.
Blue Grouch is
Smaller
amazing
space.
for it, but they got the outside
Yeah.
venue, and once it goes
Yeah.
inside, you're playing inside. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
On a hardwood floor, no
Hardwood
stage.
floor, yeah.
You know, I
Move
mean,
the
you're-
pool table
That's
because we gotta
what I
get the
mean.
band in here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
That's
it's
like
been there.
Whiskey Jacks,
Been there.
but
Yeah.
It's even smaller.
yeah.
No pool table to move though.
Yeah, correct.
So I mean, but also and also you guys being obviously family friendly and having a good set list of at least 3 hours
We're
plus.
family friendly.
Well, PG-13.
We have like
we have
literally
one F-bomb, I
two
think.
cuss words, I think,
Oh,
in
we have more
songs,
than that.
maybe like.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, yeah. So I mean, like somebody can book you for pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, they can.
And it's
They
like,
can.
obviously, I mean, unless you're a metalhead, you're not booking fucking.
We're not
Summon
booking
the
metal
Lich.
shows.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I'm down. I've already started looking and booking for the second Sofa King Fest, which is I want to say March or May of next year. So, I mean,
Oh, cool.
shit, everybody that I've had on here could, obviously just already have a running thing
Yeah.
and just go. Like I said, it just really all depends on how many bands I was.
Is that a one-day thing or a weekend deal?
Well, it just depends on
How
what
many
the
bands,
fucking
yeah.
feedback
Stack
is,
in,
dude.
yeah.
Because I'm like, so now I'm not even sending out, if you really want to know, like, I'm not sending out any invites anymore. Like, I mean, I'm saying I won't. I'm saying I haven't for a while. And the only time that I'm, like, able to do this comfortably, being, like, available, open, without stretching myself thin, is on Sundays. And whether, not I have my daughter, you know what I mean? It's neither here nor there. She's fine where she is. I'm just saying that, like, it's had to ramp up now to, it was just, 1 to 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 7. And it's been like that for the past couple Sundays. Like, I'm like, well, I'm going to have to start, like, oh, shit's getting serious now.
Yeah,
I'm like, all right. I'm like, all right. Now I'm like, all right. When did you? Now I have to, instead of putting it up here where we was talking
You
about
have to write
earlier.
it, put it in
I
your
literally have to. Now I have to use this because I'm like, and like I said, I sincerely apologize, but I was like, I thought you were another band, and I was just like being ADHD and overstimulated, and then like I could have just went through my messages, and I'm like, I know someone's here. What I knew was. Someone's the next band. I'm like, I knew someone was 1 to 3, 3 to 5, 5. I knew those time slots were already filled. It was just like, I talked to somebody from that band. And that's what I was telling Huey. I'm like, I don't know if it's Cherry, because they're from Peoria. I'm like, it could be Cherry Vinyl. And then, like, you guys pulled up, and he's like, that's not Cherry Vinyl. And I was like, I don't know who it is.
Who are these guys?
I mean, that's a good problem to have, though, right? It's because you're doing such great work for all the bands, man.
So,
we really
hey, man,
appreciate this
being
And
kind of
I'm
busy
a
is a
one-man
good thing.
fucking show, dude. And then, like, people are like, you need an assistant. I'm like, nobody's going to do this shit for free and then still enjoy it. I own my own construction company, and it's hard enough to pay people what I think they're worth and still appreciate my company for being me and not just some random company.
yeah,
You know
sure.
what I mean? Like, I want you to do good work. Like, you're a drywaller. I'm like, I'm paying you to do good work. It should just be like, you should leave this job site like it's your house. You know what I mean? That's how I want you to act, and it's hard to find people. And I don't drink, and like I'm not saying I don't hire alcoholics, but it's like if you smell like a brewery, then you get sent home. Like,
Yeah.
I want professionals in, professionals out. You know what I mean? Like we all get paid a good sum. I can knock out a bathroom remodel, non-tile, in 5 to 7 business days.
Well,
Dude,
hell,
I'm in and out, dude. Less
You got
than.
insurance in your business.
Yeah.
You can't have alcoholics,
God.
Well,
coming in
exact-
here drunk.
I had a homeowner just the other day. Can my nephew work beside you to make the bid cheaper? I was like, my insurance would not fucking allow me to do that. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
It's not gonna
sorry,
fly.
but it just, it's professionalism, and I'm not asking anybody to do it for free, but like I'm saying, like it's here we are all day. I don't have a cameraman to be like, zoom in on your face. You know what I mean? The best I can do is, okay.
Not yet.
There's a lot of, I know, not yet. I'm hoping to be something, but it's just, but I want a big studio now. I want to do, like offer you guys this music video. So the next stage in this, the next step is I've mentioned and talked to a couple bands, and I can already kind of do it. I need someone who's really savvy on like sound and what I'm able to do with what I have now, like live. You know how people was doing the live concerts and shit? Theoretically, I can do that because I got 16 mic inputs. It's a Mac aggregate device. Do all this stuff. It's just a matter of like, what do I need for you to come here, do this podcast, and then play a song live, and it sound good.
Yeah,
that's the.
Let's talk.
That's where season 4 is. That's where I'm wanting to lead to. So also, I'm already thinking that like I'm a single dude. All right, it's just me, and I'm 50-50 with my mother and my child. So it's not like just me and my child all the time. But what I'm saying is like, I want to make the living room because it's taller ceilings. Like that's where the band's gonna play. You know what I mean? I have a drum set up. I can have a house set up drum there. If you want to bring your amps, that's cool. I gotta work up. You know what I mean?
I have a drum set for sale.
Yeah. So do I. I just sold one.
Oh, okay.
I had 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then I got one big one, and then that fucking orange Mapex that I fucking love. But
Should have known he had more than one drum set.
oh,
drum
dude.
gear, and I have this drum, and it does this thing, and it's this deep, and I like this, and I take a picture of it.
Oh, I see how you have them set up over here. Very nice, sir.
Yes. They're always temperature controlled. If they're too cold, I give them a blanket. There's a blanket right there. Just it's a what kind of throne do you have? Do you have one of them?
Pork pie.
Yeah. What the fuck is it? Rock-a-sock or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
That's a motherfucking $350 crushed velvet seat.
That's right. Yeah, pork pie.
My
crushed velvet
ass
seat
is
at home.
coming.
That's right. I got to sit here for 3 hours. You know my ass is comfortable.
Facts.
Yeah, I get to sit
backrest?
here. Sit here. That's the operative word in this whole conversation, right? About what we all have to go through in
But look
like,
how
a
fit this
practice
man
or-
is. Look how fit he is like burning calories. Half hour in, he's literally shedding pounds.
That's right. Calories are burning right and left.
Right?
Meanwhile, the rest of us are all standing up during the
chilling.
show and like dancing around. No, during
Well, don't you-
practice, Andy's chilling.
Yeah, I was saying, don't you have to don't your heart have to hit a peak thing before you start like burning calories or what? Isn't that a thing or whatever? I don't work out, so I'm like,
He's a personal trainer.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just naturally
So-
fucking hyper, dude. So I'm just like,
Yep.
dude, I'm almost 40, man, and I don't know. I just like. I get mad because nobody plays the show like 8 in the morning. I'm like, because I'm such a morning person. I'm fucking vibing hard. I'm like, why is nobody playing the show right now? Like, oh my God, I would throw down so hard.
We had a
There are
we had a show last night. Got home. I was up at 7:30 this morning.
I got up at 11:15.
I was up at 7:30 too. My place was a little closer to 8.
Yeah, I can't fucking, I'm
There are times
such
when
a
I'm
morning
going to
person.
bed at 8 o'clock in the morning, but getting up at that time, no.
I just don't sleep a lot, I guess.
I feel that. It's in the air, man.
I don't want to sleep because it's like a waste of your day. I want to
do shit.
douche, yeah.
Yes!
You can do
Especially
shit
when it's not
at
95
night.
degree or
Well,
Yeah.
It's not 95 degrees at 2 o'clock in the morning
Well,
either.
I mean 95% humidity is we're all used to.
Yeah, dude. That El Nino's coming back around, supposedly. Is what I
Yeah.
heard, so,
Yeah.
man, that sucks. But,
Well, sorry to bring it all down for everybody.
wow, yeah. Oh, I thought I had.
There you go. That's nice. Nice. When was the last time you used that?
Oh, 3rd or 4th episode?
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah. We do the cheer. I know. It's wah, wah, wah. I try to have fun. Because when I got this now, I talked about it before. I was like, I got this, and I was like, what else can I do with this? I was like, I can be like, John walks through the door. You know what I mean? It's like I can read books. I'm like, that's more content is what I was saying. I was like, in my head, I'm like, this content I could push out could be fucking amazing. Whatever else. I mean, I've never been a person who reads, and I'm like, I better clear up my voice and speak very articulate and da-da-da-da, you know?
Well, it would give you good practice in what you're doing here.
Right, and I did
Reading a book out loud.
down in
Practice.
they have I want to keep them going more professional, like have a couple iPads set up. There's this teleprompter app,
Oh,
and then I or we read off of just like I really want to get
That'd be cool.
very professional and have a set that isn't my house, and like I know it's nice.
I'm
and
not gonna shit on
I
this
know
at all,
I know
man.
it's
This is
nice
badass.
and comfortable. It's just like I took a lot of time to go into this, but I'm like, there's some really tall people that come in here, and I'm like, man.
Andy, did you have to duck when you came in?
I don't believe so.
No?
I think I walked in.
There's
He's
been
the
some.
tallest of
I
them.
think the most comfortable is like 6'1", but like there's 6'3". I had 6'3" in here a couple weeks ago, and he.
I'm 6'3". I don't know.
Are you?
I'll pay attention.
You
when I
might be
stand back
you
up.
might be the max. I don't know. Like I said, I'm fucking 5'4", man. I don't care. I can walk right on it. I mean, that's why I made it a soft air duct pipe so no one would hit their head.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
that's right.
Yeah, I've thought about some things. Like I said, I'm very considerate. Down to
cool.
you smacking your head off the with the wooden frame up there.
Yeah.
Man.
You know what? Fuck tall people though, because they got all the other benefits.
Fuck you. No.
Like we gotta like
I
jump
would
up
rather
to
be
get
tall
shit.
than short, so okay.
Would you really?
They can
I
knock
think
their
so,
heads
yeah.
against
Yeah.
anything, man.
Well, he did knock his head the first time he came to my house for practice.
I did.
Yeah, first night you were over.
Yeah, that is a thing. Luckily, I don't have to bring a lot.
Basement's
so
just
that
a
helps.
death trap.
No, I should just have the light on at the bottom of the steps is what I should have.
Nice. Yeah, we'll go through a rig breakdown and then we'll get into your second song.
Nice.
Am I starting? Like how much time
What
do
you
we
got,
have?
Jamie?
Jesus.
We'll save the best for last.
He's like, oh
Yeah,
man.
nice.
Yeah,
I've
well,
gone through a bunch of different stuff, man. So
live. What are we
yeah,
gonna
so
see
live. Now I'm using just an M audio. It's like a 61 key thing because I want simplicity, man. I'm 45 years old. I don't want to be hauling a bunch of shit into a show, right? So I use this M audio thing going through a Roland sound bank, and Andy was nice enough to make me this rig so it all fits into this like suitcasey kind of a thing, right? And so I just put that on top of the stand, right? So that's my key setup. For guitar, man, we're playing live shows in bars, right? So I'm not bringing some really nice ass guitar out to a show. So I just use a Squier Strat. And to me, your sound is really defined by your pedals and whatever whatever it's going through, right? So that's where I'm really into fuzz. So I have an old school DoD fuzz pedal, an FX52, and then I run into I got a Wampler compressor and then a Wampler overdrive, the Univibe, and then I just picked up a Boss reverb pedal. So that's my live rig. I used to run through a Mesa F50 combo amp, and I love the amp, and I use it for recording all the time. That's my preferred sound. But again, I got a bad back. I'm too old for that shit. So I'm running an amp sim pedal now when we play live, and I crank everything through the pedals themselves. So that's my rig.
Nice.
Shall I go first? Okay, so my two guitars I use, my two basses I use are both Schecters. One's a Schecter Stargazer. It looks like a Rickenbacker. It's a 5-string. And then a Studio 4, which is a 4-string. Generally, I play with flat wound strings, although I have tried round wound recently.
How do they feel?
They're just different. I don't know.
Sounded really good.
They cut through more.
Yeah.
I like the warm tone of like a flat wound, but I might switch. Let's see. Again, I play out of a Mesa Boogie amp as well, but I don't like using an amp, so I'm trying to go DI as well.
Right.
Just use like an amp sim.
Yeah.
Built
Nice.
into VA.
Way to go. It's easy.
As far as pedal setup, I play bass, so I don't have a lot of pedals. I do a lot of cool stuff. I have a Source Audio. I don't know if you ever heard of that company, but they do different types of effects. I have an envelope filter from them, and I have the Boss Octaver, the TU or the 3, not the T, the OC3 from Boss, and I play out of a Shure Wireless. That's my rig.
Hell
Pretty
yeah.
straightforward, pretty basic.
So I
You
used
said 9 words this whole episode.
I
Get
wasn't
in,
getting
man.
9 times 1,000 more. But anyway,
What's up?
yeah. So I use 3 guitars when I play live. So
Fuck, dude. He's just up there. Fuck.
Yeah, I got my tripod and everything.
Yeah,
I got
nice.
the an Epiphone Les Paul Trad Pro Gold Top. I got a Fender Strat, and then there's an Epiphone acoustic that I use. So that's what I bring out, and then I use for my current pedal board right now. I'm a dork and have a bunch of Boss pedals on that thing. So,
hell yeah.
So there's a chorus one on there. There's a flanger. My tuner's a Boss pedal as well, and there's probably one. Oh, the tremolo. I use that for a couple songs as well. And then I just used last night for the first time. I've had this pedal for like a decade. It's the Little Big Muff from Electro Harmonics. I use that as my distortion pedal now. I had been using a Full Tone Ultimate Octave for the past several shows, but I think last night
That muff, man.
it sounds great,
and it blends
Big muff?
so well. Yeah.
Oh, I love the Big
the
Muff.
Little Big
Oh,
Muff.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
old-
it pretty much sounds like the
yeah,
Big Muff, but yeah,
the
But
old
it
school
blends
green
so
one.
well with the DoD. That's what I noticed last night.
yeah, it
So
does.
yeah, it was
And
cool.
So I got that, and then there's the Univibe, which we use on several songs, and then I got a Dynacomp in there as well. And then I used an amp sim last night. I've used an amp sim a couple times through Andy's rig, but I do have a Boogie Mark IV tube amp that I have at home to practice with. So I'm trying to, make sure I get that one fine tuned for the next several shows that we got coming up. So.
Nice. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, nice setup. What's up,
Yeah,
man?
it sounds pretty good. What's up?
What's up? Yeah, it's all right.
Here
It's
we
your kid,
go.
bro.
Here we go. So,
The advantages of being a drummer on a drummer's host show.
all right.
Take all the time you need, my man.
Sure, yeah, no problem.
We need
No
some
problem.
intro music for you.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So I play on a Tom Grand Star Custom that I restored myself. It's a 5-piece. I have one rack tom, 2 floor toms, Grand Star Custom snare that I restored myself. I use Zildjian Customs. I've got a fast crash, a couple of medium crashes, and we talked about Max Weinberg, Jay Weinberg earlier, and I watched a YouTube kit walk around in his, and he I don't know if you've ever seen his kit, but he plays the crashes that he has are 20-inch crashes on his kit. So
You're talking about his acoustic kit? Because I've seen his Roland kit. Have you seen his Roland electric kit?
I've seen it, yeah. The one that little one that he plays on, yeah. So anyway, this was his acoustic kit. But yeah, so I was like, 20-inch crash, man. That sounds
the way to go.
great. So I broke the bank on that.
Yeah.
And brought in. It actually came right in time to record back in January.
That's always so
Oh
awesome.
yeah, I remember that.
Yep. That big
Sounded
20.
nice.
Yeah.
It's always good.
Yeah. So I've been playing drums since high school.
Nice.
I'm 51 in July.
Nice.
Yeah, of course I've got Tama Art Star at the house, but the Grand Star is what I play the shows with.
What do you like to play?
It's been my dream set. Like which kid I like to play?
No, like music-wise.
Music wise, I'm a metal guy. I broke my skins on Testament. That was my all-time favorite back then. Of course,
Yeah.
Slayer. Metal Church. Overkill.
Okay,
It's been.
yeah.
They always put out solid stuff.
Yeah.
Whether you like them or not. And of course, I ventured into Dream Theater. Would oftentimes play those songs to just kind of warm up. But I love the set you've got. I would love to have the capability of mic everything and post drum videos because I watch them all the time. I would love to be able to post that stuff, get some feedback, and then just like improve my craft along the way.
Yeah, I'm sure I could post to I just post to YouTube, like I said, without the question of telling me what I did wrong. I'm just covering it to cover it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying hey, I can play this. I can be this type of drummer.
Well,
without saying it.
I enjoy other people's drum covers. I'm sure other people. Maybe somebody get enjoyment out of watching me pull off a cover or two.
That's and then I just it's not saying I don't do anything crazy or different. I mean, I do switch it up, every now and again, so I don't get burned
If you
out.
offer your own style to the song, I mean, I
Yeah.
can appreciate that.
As long as you don't become a slave to it. I tell myself, I'm going to shoot 3 drum videos today. That way I can stockpile. But then I get so hyper and I'm like, oh, I'm going to edit all 3. And then I release them all the same day. And I'm like, I'm like 3 drum videos in one day. What?
You got to pace yourself, brother.
Shit, good luck with that. And then I'm wondering, like, I don't have any content.
Right.
Get excited. Yeah, I need someone to like also edit my videos and put it on like a time release.
So you're a busy guy. How often do you practice? Like
Almost
daily, every other day?
I try to every day. It is definitely a couple different times a week. You know, it's right after work. You know, when I pick up my kid. Yesterday morning. I mean, I shot a drum video yesterday. I just and then I got it. So I'll mix it. And then I'll like listen to it in there, and then I'll send it to my phone, listen to it on there, go upstairs, airdrop it to the surround sound, listen to it there, go out to my truck, listen to it there, and be like,
wow.
And then, so I mean, I try to listen to 5 different
process.
things before I sit there, and I mean, it's all like right here. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's a process.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the I'm not putting out albums, but I'm just like I'm trying to hear what my ear hears because it all sounds different.
That's
like
just attention
the
to
lows and
detail.
everything in there. My toms sound amazing. They're boom. Then you get it on the phone, and it's like bing. You know what I mean? Like, you don't fucking hear it. And I'm like, there's really no happy medium from that to a phone. You know what I mean? Unless you got a fucking amazing phone, you know?
Yeah.
But I try to every day, you know, because I'm, like, trying to practice a new song. Or I got, like, her song that I'm going to do for her. So that's in the rotation. I'll have, like, 3 or 4 songs that I'm, like, aiming towards. And then minus her. So those 3 or 4 songs I'll practice. And then within those 3 or 4... after X amount of time, if I get bored of playing one, then it doesn't make the cut.
Right.
You know? So I'm like,
Yeah, I try to practice. I try to practice every day. I try to stay comfortable with some of the songs that we do because we only practice. Well, we've only been practicing like 1 day a week because summertime it's busy. And
I mean,
stuff.
that's fair. You guys are,
But then we'll have like one weekend we won't play a show, and then I'm setting up and I'm looking at this, and the next song's up. I'm like, oh shit, we haven't played this song in a month. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was last night.
That's the way it was
on
last
a couple
night.
of those, yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Well, as a music teacher, I'm glad to hear that you're practicing almost every day.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, my dad is actually, so he got a scholarship to Georgetown University for drumming. So
Nice.
for marching band, and so that's
Shit,
where he comes
nice.
from. And so my dad runs Jacksonville Drumline Institute here in town. So
Very
he's got a
cool.
full school that he does. He used to be the Jacksonville music drumline instructor here.
Oh yeah.
But so he's got a drum line of his own. Goes to St. Louis and plays the fucking Cardinals games all the time. Because I mean, he goes
Nice.
all over, plays a bunch of fucking like floats and parades and da da da. Da. I
Very
joked
cool.
about the Macy's Day, and he's like, "Oh no, that's a goal." And I'm
That's-
like,
yeah,
"That's fucking
bucket
dope,
list shit.
dude." Yeah. Oh yeah. He's a huge influence. Been a huge influence my whole life. He's
Nice.
technically not my dad, but he married my mom when I was 5. So I mean, and then so it was just like him right into teaching me drums. By 7th grade, my band teacher, who was teaching band at the time, couldn't teach me anything any more than I already knew.
Right.
Besides like rudiment, like he's like, "Well, I can't teach you anymore. Your dad's gonna have to
Keep
fucking."
practicing.
Yeah, so I'm like being this tall, carrying around marching gear that's not accustomed for fucking kids still, like
Oh, yeah.
I'm still a kid height, dude. Like my pants 16 regular in kids.
Sorry, I should have brought you.
And if I have to if I have to buy pants in men's, you're lucky if I can get a 29.29. Good fucking luck, dude. 16 regular all day.
Yeah.
$7.50 a pair.
Gosh.
Killing it over here. It's wild, man. I know.
Well, now I think we should go around
Oh,
and
yeah?
say how much we each practice every day.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
How much we practice it.
Yeah.
Every day?
Yeah.
Or
I
okay, every week.
Oh, well, I mean, I practice maybe half hour to 40 minutes every day to every other day.
I agree with that's about where I'm at.
So when
you know
you're
what I mean?
when you're
Up
kind
to
of
it.
crunched for time, it's better to do shorter practices every day than try to do like an hour a week.
So here's the thing. I throw food in the air fryer. I go downstairs and I run through Waterfall. And then by the time that song's done, I go upstairs and I get to shake
Like
the air
TLC?
fryer. And then I
No,
No,
God,
no.
no. God, no.
No, it's a new one of our new songs. And I'm just
What did the other guys where he's always throwing references at fucking TLC? He's like, "Don't go chasing waterfalls," and he's like, "Oh, come on!"
So shake the air fryer, go down, play another song, and then dinner time. So I mean, I get it in, man, whenever I can. Okay, Phil.
Oh, it's my turn.
Uh-oh.
So I try to like lump band related activities like within, whether it's like the morning before I go to work or sometime in the evening because I do a lot of the social media content. And when
Do you have kids?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can sense that a mile away, dude. You are so. I love your details. I love it so much, but I can tell you don't have any kids, and I love that. So go right ahead with that perfectly executed plan.
Sure, yeah. So I do try to put in some time, towards the practicing. I listen to our music a lot.
Right. You're very professional, dude. I love that. Seriously. You know what I mean?
He takes his responsibilities
But,
seriously.
if I didn't have kids, if I didn't have a daughter, I would be solely, very undeveloped, in so many different and specific categories. You sound very knowledgeable on exactly what. No, you know exactly what you play, make a mod, You know what I mean? I do too, to an extent, but it's not like, you know what I mean? You guys know, and I'm like, man, devoted to the craft, which is maybe just the one, you know what I mean? And I try to be in everything else.
He hasn't answered the question yet, though.
I really haven't.
I know. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm amazed. I'm amazed. You're just you're very professional, and it's always refreshing to see that in local musicians, because I'm like, usually it's not that professional.
A little rough around the edges.
Yes,
yeah.
you know what I mean, and not to make lighthearted of it. You know what I mean. It's awesome, and I applaud you for being that professional and knowing your craft and being that dedicated to knowing your content creation and having it down to that time frame.
Yeah.
So.
What were we talking about? Was it practice?
How
How is he practice? He's like 7.5 hours a day.
No, definitely not. if
7.26.
If it's a couple minutes, it's a couple minutes. I'm just focusing on
Right.
maybe a pentatonic
Certain
line.
things. Yeah.
Yeah, very particular things. That's like,
Right.
I keep screwing up this part at this song. Let me go back and try to listen back to our demos and let me see if I can really try to iron that out. So, it could be 5 minutes, 15 minutes, or half hour. It's whatever, really. I don't have a set schedule in terms of practice. It's just, okay, I need to focus on just Astrofix stuff for this allotted time because I feel like I'm behind or I feel like I need to get back
You're
on
not
par.
up to, you're not
Exactly,
100%,
yeah.
So,
He is also, though, our sole social media content creator and manager.
Right.
So
I hate it.
there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's
He
a
does
lot.
have a
that
lot
goes-
of
when, when he says that he has allotted Astrofix time, he puts out so much crap on TikTok, and
That's good.
I have
That's good.
zero interest in doing any of that. So I'm just like, fuck it, man. Whatever you're gonna do,
I
just
feel it.
do.
No, that's
so
good, man. That's good. Feel free to pick apart, if you want the raw footage to make content, go right ahead. Let me know.
We support you, Phil.
I'll
Hell yeah.
drop box you the link to the, you can download it and do whatever. Me is breaking down. I try to make. Usually they're all not saying serious, but it's all directed towards the band. Usually some things aren't stupid hilarious during the conversation. You know what I mean? So just usually more or less 30 seconds of a conversation that's funny. You know what I mean? And out of an hour, I'm I don't make my clips. Here's the episode.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I do enough already, and I'm just fucking here's the hour. Just fucking take it.
Yep.
And then
Do with it what you
to
will.
try to
right.
clip it out, to me, is very meticulous, and that's where my ADHD is you're not having any
Yeah,
fun
and then
doing
you're
it.
spending
Yeah.
way more time on it.
Yeah, that's where my brain's you're not having any fun doing this anymore. And it's I'm literally gonna be bored. I'll be I'll have the laptop open and I'll just walk away. I'll put that on the charger because I don't know when I'll come back to it, and I don't want to lose what I've done so far. So,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna start.
Oh,
your
wait,
second-
wait. No, almost. Wait.
Oh,
I don't practice. I'm just that good.
oh shit, that's right.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, we got you. You already said how
Yeah,
much
you have
practice.
it. Did you answer the question?
No, I haven't.
You
I don't
haven't
know. I
answered
think
the
I
question yet.
practice every day usually.
Yeah.
Sometimes not a lot. And I don't always. I practice guitar and bass. I don't know. I've drummed sometimes.
Do you?
So,
Oh,
like,
right on.
I spent a lot of time learning this song Waterfall. Just listening it to,
And then when it's
times.
done, you go up and start the
And,
air fryer.
writing out
and-
notes
In
and
his
stuff
defense.
and having it.
Was it that hard of a song?
Well,
It's just a lot to it, and if it has to be a
there's a
specific
lot of
way, then I
the
have
bass
to
is flying around on that.
write
song.
out what it needs to be, and then
All right.
so that took a while.
All right.
But then once I got it, I got it. So I don't know.
I thought it sounded
There's a
really
lot of
good. We
prep
sound
work.
checked with that song last night, and it sounded great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
I was
prep work,
super
yeah.
impressed, man.
Nice.
So I teach piano and guitar, and I run a studio. So I'm in my studio
just creating.
All the
All
time.
the time.
All the time. That's where I spend all of my time.
As you can tell from his complexion.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean,
It's kind of got some ginger-esque in him.
Oh.
There's some, there's some,
Yeah.
yeah.
so when I have a student that, will go 45 minutes and the next one doesn't start for another 15, 20, even an hour later sometimes, I'm practicing, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I really kept track of all the time, it's probably about 4 to 5 hours a day. But a good chunk of that is, like
Teaching.
mixing our stuff and writing new material. And like, I'm like notorious for like, hey, I got this song. I can't wait to show you guys this song.
Yeah.
And it's something I started writing like 6 months ago. But, I don't want to, I don't want to overwhelm anybody because that's why I'm like, Waterfall was really that difficult. Like, I didn't realize it. And now I kind of feel bad because I'm like, we got this song and this song. I threw 3 songs at you guys in the last week, man. Shit. Now I feel bad.
I'm ready to record.
Because your air fryer practice.
That's
man.
right. My air fryer practice.
I love it. I love it.
Routine, man.
I think the point.
Poutine.
Well, the reason I wanted to go around is because I wanted to point this out, and I wanted everybody to see that like we take this shit really, really serious.
Well,
Like-
one of my top questions had been, what would you tell someone starting a band or your younger self, and the majority of the consistency of the answer is just stay focused, stay driven.
Yep.
You know what I mean? To your craft. That's why I'm saying out, and I'm not saying that anybody in particular or knows exactly down to the fucking dimensions of what their toms are. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause I'm like, 8, 10, 12, 14, by, I'm like, I don't know, what, 10? I'm like, I don't know exactly. I got a lot of shit to fucking keep track of here. Leave me alone. I'm like, it's a nice drum set. What the fuck? I'm an okay drummer. What do you want from me? I'm walking. I'm walking.
What do you
here.
want from me?
What do you want from me? But no, I try to keep professional playing with a click, to the songs that I cover, finding out what the BPM is. And
Yes, good lord, drummers practice to a click. Please,
I
I've
do,
had
dude.
so
Fucking
many
chill. It's been
drummers-
2 years. Leave me alone. If somebody was gonna say it was off time, they would have told me in my drum video. That's why they're out there.
Well, and
so
here's-
many drummers that I've had that I've recorded and like, okay, now we got to record to a click because we're going to be building, we're going to be stacking tracks,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And like you put a click on and they're deer in headlights, man. It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
So
Practice to a click.
The one click that drives me crazy is the I fucking hate that one. It's just just give me a fucking
clicks.
constant.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. When they're like, it's 100, I'm like 200. It's double whatever they fucking tell me it is. I'm like, no, I'm not playing. Dude, playing to 100, I don't know if you, like you said, you just started playing to a click, but to me, being a fast drummer in general, I'm not saying I can double kick to 280. I've never even came close to that, maybe 200, 220, but, and then going to 100, it's just like someone in.
Yep, somebody put the brakes on. we actually
Well, I do like 900 beats in this fucking. How fast can I go in between the clicks? It's rampant.
I've sent Jamie a drum video that illustrates that exact story. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking. It's like I said, practicing and
practice with the click. I mean, even if you're as a drummer, you put on Metallica, Master of Puppets in your headphones and you play along to it, man. Not oftentimes did those guys record to a click, so you're better off just practicing to the click.
Right. And the second song you wanted me to play was Prosperity?
Prosperity,
Off
yeah.
the same album, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. You guys have been really fun to talk to, by the way.
Same, man.
Yeah, you've been great.
This is cool.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate that. Here's Prosperity. Do you like the Incubus compliment? Would you like an Incubus compliment? Because that sounds very Incubus-y, right? And,
I like Incubus.
he's like, oh, dude. He's like, yeah. I dig it. So, no,
That's
I was
Phil's
very,
riff, though.
I was a very big Incubus. That was one of the first national acts I seen live was
okay.
Incubus. So I during, this has been a long time ago. So, was the Fish, the album with the Fishes on it. What album was that? I think it was the album right before that. It had the CD of the Fishes on it.
That was the CD of the Fishes on it.
Yeah, the Incubus CD with
I could
the
look.
two.
That was.
What
We're
Morning
all-
View was
we're
after
all
that,
sitting
right?
With
That was
the
before
answer in
Morning
our
View?
pockets.
That was before
Yeah.
Morning View?
But
That's not memorized.
but the internet Wi-Fi password's right there. But
wasn't Makers,
I will be
though.
right
They didn't
back.
have
We'll play that. But that right off.
Science.
Yeah.
That didn't have fishes on it, and before Science was Fungus Among Us.
Maybe
That
it's.
didn't have fishes on it, did it?
I don't know.
Psychedelic fishes.
We are in a basement,
CD.
aren't we?
Yep, it's iThrive Wi-Fi 1. Yeah. Oh, the password's right there. Internet i3
Somebody's
Wi-Fi 1.
clickers on the.
That's
on
me.
the oh, okay.
Sorry.
Oh, Monuments and Melodies? That has a fish on it.
Maybe I'm high.
'Cause I know Science had a lake
Possibly.
thing on it.
Right there.
That?
Yeah.
That's like a single thing, I think.
No,
That's their disc.
Morning Glory. Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
the
that's
disc,
the
the
disc
CD disc
itself,
with the
yeah,
two fishes
yeah.
on it. That's what I'm saying in my childhood.
Is that two
I couldn't
fish?
remember what album that was. All I could remember was.
Yeah, it's Morning View.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
oh,
that's
it
Morning
is
View.
Morning
Oh,
View.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I never thought that was two fish.
That was, I don't even remember what the CD looked. That was on the CD then itself?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't remember what the CD
I'm
looked
going
like.
old school with this, bros. Come on
Definitely.
now.
Definitely.
I don't remember the CD.
I do got a
CDs are
cassette up
old
there.
school now.
I
grew up
have
with
the CD
vinyl.
still, I think. I don't know what
CDs are
it
not
is.
old school.
They are now.
They are now.
I know they are. And it's
But here's prosperity.
When you find your way through the storm, reality comes back to form. Reality of the unknown.
I dig it.
Cool. Thanks, man.
I like it, man.
That
I like
one,
being
where did it go?
impressed.
Yeah,
from,
like I said,
you know,
it's rock, but it's just it hits all the different subgenres of rock.
no, I dig it, man. Especially like you said, you're all over with mixing it up with the sounds. It's got a vibe, and that was energetic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're trying to
taking
go
time in your craft.
Well, we're trying to be a little more positive, a little more uplifting on that one, because like I said, we split that EP or that LP, I guess, into 2 EPs,
Right.
and the first one was like it was darker subject matter, heavier stuff. So this one we wanted it to be a little more lighthearted, right? And that song, I mean, it's an old one from our set. You brought that one in what, 19 or 20, something like that?
No, that would have been 21. Well,
No, we were playing it. We were
original-
starting to do it in 20.
Yes, yeah, because the original concept of it was like during. As you alluded to, the time that we will not refer to, but like, because it was like, okay, we're all hunkered down here, will be like a cool, uplifting song to get out there, like once we start playing shows again. This riff just kind of came into my head. It's obviously nothing complex or anything like that, but like we linked
It's
up.
everything that's put into it, yeah.
Right, we linked up on Zoom just to try to like flesh out the blocking of it, and then you laid down some vocals just to kind of get things going there, and then. Eventually made its way onto the latest EP. So
you guys are I'm like I said, blown away. Did not listen to any music because I wanted to be thoroughly impressed, and I do that with bands. They got a new single coming out, and I'm like, I know they're coming on. I'm like, I'm not gonna listen to shit.
You want to get the real reaction.
Yeah.
Cool,
it's
man.
I don't want to mask. I don't want to lie to anybody.
Yeah, no, reaction videos are cool.
And I will, and then obviously the type of bands that we work with or you're around, they're not going to put something out that they're not proud of. So it's like you really don't have much to nitpick about. And it's like, if I'm moving, I'm grooving. That's real, And
Cool, man.
I
Appreciate that.
So I'm more than happy to. Like, I wouldn't be happy to work with you guys, but I look forward to working with you in the future. Whether it be, the live footage or we're breaking down.
Well, speaking of the future, we have some shows coming up.
Yep, that's what we're going. Yeah, segue into your upcoming. We'll plug your socials. So what you got going on?
Cool. Well,
You can do all of them. You know what I mean? I'll segment this out for you. So you
okay.
can plug,
All right, that's cool. Yeah, so we've got Dannenberger Family Vineyards. We're playing on July 15th.
That's in New Berlin, Illinois.
We've got Pizza Records that we're going to be doing an outdoor show here on
22nd.
Thank you.
Here being Jacksonville, Illinois.
Yep. And then we'll be at Down Home Music Festival, downtown Springfield on like the 28th, 29th, the last weekend of July.
So these are all in July, right?
Those are all July.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. You got it stacked. Now, is that all the shows you got lined up so far, or you got more after that?
Oh, tons.
There's
tons.
more after that.
Check out the socials.
Go to the socials.
What about the one that's 30th?
Well, that's
That's gonna
Champagne.
be yeah. When this when this drops,
Must have been a week
we'll
away.
have played that a while ago. Yeah.
I talked to a couple bands. I'm like, you're gonna be on. So when you talk about this show would have happened weeks ago.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, the show was amazing. You guys were awesome.
You did that part at that time. That was awesome.
Yeah, if you caught Master Bastards, they were like that too. I was like, hey, this is gonna air after
funny.
that show, and they were like, dude, you guys were lit.
So yeah, Champagne, we loved you.
Yes, you guys were amazing. I appreciate it.
So yeah, you can find all of our stuff on our socials. So Astrofix 16 on Facebook, astrofix16.com on like our website, Astrofix_band on Insta. Is it also Astrofix_band
On
for
TikTok,
TikTok?
They're everywhere, on all socials. That's awesome.
Yeah.
YouTube, we've got some lyric videos on there, some DIY videos.
Yeah. Yeah. So always you can tell that it's us. Just look for the ohm symbol.
Nice.
That's our moniker. So
Yeah. What's the meaning behind the?
Well, so without getting too metaphysical or anything about it, it's ohm is kind of the universal vibration that the universe kind of sits at, right? And so we try to tap into that, so we're all kind of being communal when we're listening to our music. So everybody kind of comes together.
Just shared experience.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's what's up, guys.
Yeah.
You guys are cool, man. You guys have been. It's some have a lot to talk about. They're not used to being on camera. You know what I mean, and whatever else. And it's been fun, man. A lot of people are getting used to coming in, on podcasts, or there's another more that's popped up. Like Chug Life is out of, but I think they're more heavier.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and I'm
Chug Life.
Chug Life podcast.
Sounds like a heavier podcast.
Yeah, and there's a Vulgar Display of podcast.
Oh, that's
So
funny.
Oh, I
there's
dig that. That's
obviously a
funny. Yeah.
Pantera inspired
Oh,
one.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
it's cool to see all those out there now. As far as I know, I'm the only visual that does the show and breaks it down,
great, man.
to what it is. So
Cool.
but-
We
Fuck
really,
it.
really appreciate you
Yes, we
having
do.
us on.
No, I really
you know.
appreciate you coming on and enjoying Leo's Pizza with me. That
Thanks for
was
the- yeah, thanks
really
for the grub,
amazing.
man.
So, before them was Engine Huey, and for the whole episode, I was like, don't forget to take a picture. And as I'm sitting here, and I was just like, we were just finishing up, I'm like, how'd you get your name? And I was like, they didn't take a picture. It's my number one thing. I get so prepped to do. You know what I mean? I'm like,
then you
oh,
forget
we
it.
gotta get a picture with the band.
Sure. Yeah,
I was like, all right, don't leave. I gotta get a picture. And I put down the headset. I'm like, all right. In and out. That's ADHD, man. Fucking don't forget. So I'm telling you, don't forget. Don't let me forget.
social media picture.
All the, yeah.
Hold you all accountable for that.
Yeah. But these guys are Astrofix. They, like I said, they play some awesome sets. They, up to 3-4 hours. So if you want to book for something, they're radio friendly, rock, hard rock, whatever you want, specify. I mean, they got some covers in there. They said they jam, but they are 85% or more all originals.
Yep.
So that's awesome, man. I appreciate that. So I appreciate you guys, every single one of you, for coming. And this is
Appreciate
full
you,
band,
man.
right?
This is great. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
this
all
This
of
is
us.
full
It's
band.
us.
Nice.
Yep.
That's nice.
Cool.
You guys are excellent at your craft. You've been very well articulate on what you've been speaking, and
Oh,
Thanks
man,
for pushing
thanks.
us, man.
Thanks.
no,
Appreciate
I
it.
appreciate you for coming on, reaching out.
Yeah.
So and I definitely, like I said, look forward to working with you guys in the future and getting you on some
Absolutely.
shows
I love it.
and just promoting in general.
Cool.
So
Dig it.
thank you,
Yeah. Thank you.
thank you.
All right.
Tune in.
Thanks.